Órale, Chuckles, Tres Chingones, Boxing Shots, all the Chingones, Chingonas over here kicking my rope, man. I'm over here trying to get a lot of things done around here. It's crazy right after Christmas, man. But final show of 2025 as we start marching into 2026. But we got all the Chingones in here, so let's go ahead and bring in El Gran Chingon, El Mero One, Mr. David Contreras.
Hey, what's going on, Big Ed? Hey, last show of the year, brother. Last show. Excited. Let's do it.
It moves pretty fast, huh?
Yeah, I did.
All right, and let's go ahead and bring the man. Eat your hearts out, ladies, from Mikey TV 365. One, Mr. Mike Zavala.
Hey, come on. Why are you showing that picture, man? Hey, it's AI, all right? I'm not even going to front. It's AI before I get clowned.
Good picture, dog. It was a good picture, man.
ChatGPT, the best. Yes.
It was a good picture. All right, what's up, Shawana G Funky? What's going on? What's going on? All right, gentlemen. So before we get into, what was the fight of the year, the knockout of the year, all that good stuff, which, by the way, the chat, you guys go ahead and while we're talking about this other stuff, let us know, man, because my mind kind of went blank a little bit. I thought of a few, but I was like, was that really the fight? I'm wondering, was there a fight that really blew my socks off this year? Or a knockout that really, I was like, wow, it's taking me time to think about it. But you guys let us know in the chats. For the moment being, let's go ahead and let's talk about real quick what happened over the weekend, or I'm sorry, Friday. What happened last Friday on Netflix. Jake Paul goes in there against Anthony Joshua, and it kind of went the way I predicted it. David, I know Mikey wasn't here last week, so I'll go ahead and start with Mikey because we didn't get his thoughts. Mikey, what was your thoughts going into the fight? Then what did you think about the fight?
Guys, I'm gonna be truthful. I thought this fight, it looked a little it looked fixed, and I'll get into the details, but when we get into the details of the fight. But I thought Jake Paul was gonna get a decision, and Joshua sold his soul. Like, dude, come on, Jake Paul can't lose. It's going decision. Jake Paul's gonna win the fight, duh. And it got me from surprise. But I did see punches being pulled. I did see Joshua carrying Jake Paul, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll get into that. But yeah, man, it happened. It happened what's supposed to happen. Joshua winning, of course, he won.
David, how did you see this fight, man?
Exactly how they called it, Ed. Exactly. So I don't know if you remember, I said, you know what? Everything that I'm reading, Jake Paul is running marathons, literally running marathons for this fight. The guys that he got to train him were not boxing experts. They were literally marathon experts. And like I told you, you know what? First 5 rounds, he's going to run, and it's going to be a run, catch me, run, catch me. But as I said, he's going to get knocked out in the 5th or 6th round, and he got knocked out in the 6th round. Dude, and I know what Mikey's saying, pulling punches. We were talking during the fight, los, what is it, putazos and pendejadas. Yeah. And Mikey and I, and Gordo Gordito, we always talk. We have a little group chat. And Mikey kept saying that he's pulling punches. I don't think so. I don't think so. I just think that Jake Paul was just too fast for him. He was just too fast for him. I think, and especially in the 4th round, I don't know if you guys remember, but Hearn was telling him, knock him out, knock him out. I have a feeling that Hearn had money placed on the 4th round. And he kept telling him, knock him out. Even AJ, when they interviewed him, he said, yeah, Hearn kept telling me to knock him out in the 4th round. But I said, no, when the time is right. I'm going to make him suffer. He was just too fast for him. It just shows you that these little guys, I think, and I'm going to go to one extent here. I know I'm not answering your question. Well, I think I answered it, but I'm going to go to one extent. I think if Jake Paul would have fought Tank Davis, it would have been the same thing, because Tank Davis would have been too fast for him. He would have been and we would have seen the same thing, because Tank Davis would have been too fast for as big as he is. And I think with this fight, it just shows that that's why there's weight classes. I think that Jake Paul, even though he's not a champion, but dude, I think he learned a lot of wrestling moves from his brother because, dude, everything he was doing was wrestling. You know what I mean? I think that he was trying to knock him out in the first round, but he just couldn't hit him because he was too fast. But it happened exactly the way I predicted it was going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. So they were swearing up and down before the fight. Man, I feel good in my just kicking in my rope, man. It's great. I've had a few days off. I'm loving it.
Good.
So they were swearing up and down that, hey, this is real. This is legit. There is no, and because it was Anthony Joshua, I thought to myself, okay, I think it is legit. I think Joshua, had it been Tank Davis, then my mind would have been somewhere else. Like, yeah, there's probably some funny money going on right here, and a couple of tranzas going on here. But because it's Anthony Joshua, I'm like, I kind of find it hard to believe that Anthony Joshua is really going to sell this sold out. The guy has a lot of money. He doesn't spend like that. There's nothing in it for him to. I'm like, nah, it's real, right? But at the same time, I thought, okay. It's not that Jake Paul is going to compete with AJ. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying was Jake Paul is going to run, and that's going to make it hard for AJ. Did Jake Paul ever win a round? No, he didn't. No. He look, I'll give it to him. He landed a few shots. I thought that was pretty fun. That was kind of fun to watch at the end of the fight. AJ had like a mark here and a mark there. I thought that was pretty fun, but it's not that Jake was going to be able to compete with AJ. It's that he was just going to use the whole ring. We already knew it was a 22-foot ring. It was a huge ring. At one point, Jake actually turned and actually ran a little bit. He just, because had they engaged, had they engaged, it was going to be over. And eventually, Jake had to run out of gas because he was using all his gas, pedal to the metal, just running around the ring, trying to stay alive, not trying to win, just trying to stay alive. And eventually AJ caught him. So for those that were saying, oh, it's going to be over in the first round or in the second round, if not, there's something funny going on. No, it's that Jake was going to use that whole ring.
And it was a 22-foot ring. When do you see a 22-foot ring? There's usually 15 to 18 feet, 22-foot ring. So that was all pre-planned by him.
And you know what? Just on another note, I don't think AJ was really rushing it. I think AJ knew. I think he knew, like, okay, keep running. I'm going to catch you at some point. Yeah, I'm going to catch you. Yeah. But I'm not going to try to be Wile E. Coyote trying to chase down the road runner right now. I'm just going to keep on making you run. And at some point, you're going to run out of gas. I don't think AJ really pressed it like that because I think he knew come the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th round, I think he knew I'm going to get this dude. Mikey, what's...
You know what, Ed? I think that if AJ could have caught him in the first round, he would have taken him out. I don't think he was carrying him. There was no need. The sooner, the better, take him out. But I think AJ wanted to hurt him. And I think those bodies to the shot, we still haven't read if he had any broken ribs. I'm sure he probably did. You know what I mean? I'm sure those bodies were hurting him, and they finally took toll. He couldn't run anymore. Knocked him out. I don't think he was carrying him. I don't think he was breastfeeding him.
Okay, look, before we get to Mikey, I'll say this. Had he been carrying him, then I would have expected a better fight. If there were a script to follow and it's like, hey, carry him, then I would expect a few exchanges. But there wasn't any exchanges. Is Jake Paul running around, get to the rope, throw a haymaker, and start running again? If AJ was going to carry him, then let's have a couple exchanges. Let's make it let's make it a fun fight. It was not that. It was entertaining for what it was supposed to be. But that's why I don't believe. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it was scripted. Okay, I'm not saying I know that, but I don't think it was. I don't think it was. If it had been scripted, let's have a few exchanges then. Let's have a couple of back and forth punches thrown, and eventually AJ gets the win. But
he was trying to survive. He was trying to survive.
Jake was in survival mode as soon as the bell rang. He was in survival mode. Mikey, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he carried him. He lasted 5 rounds with Anthony Joshua. Jake Paul is getting all the grace from the boxing world.
He
Huh?
ran for 5 rounds. He
But
ran for 5 rounds,
he,
Mikey.
I know, but I wouldn't last. I don't think anybody would last 5 rounds with the former champion, Olympian Anthony Joshua, heavyweight. He lasted
Mikey,
5 rounds with him.
Mikey,
And
you could,
like
you could
Demetrius
last
said,
5 rounds. Mikey, you could last 5 rounds with him. Just run. Have him chase you. That's what he
no, but
did. Have him chase you.
that right hand was there all night, and Joshua wasn't pulling it. He
was
wasn't
too
doing
fast.
that right hand.
He was too fast. He was moving. I mean, he had a lot of good training. He was too fast for him. He was just too fast for him.
But with an Olympian champion that's been in the ring with Usyk, been in the ring with the best of the best.
And look at Usyk. Usyk was fast for him.
No, Usyk, the GOAT, one of the GOATs.
Oh,
no, but we're talking about Jake Paul, a guy that never grew up sparring. Nickelodeon. He lasted 5 rounds with a gold medalist.
Who fat Andy Reese knocked out.
No, Andy Reese has power. Andy Reese is a real fighter. I mean, this is a Nickelodeon kid.
They look like he's as good as he's not, dude.
But wait. Okay, but let me throw this in there, Mikey.
5 rounds.
Okay, but let me go ahead and throw this in there, Mikey.
Running.
Look, because the chats, some of the people on the chat, they're agreeing with you. Look, I'm not trying to convince anybody that this was a legit fight. I believe that AJ, had he really turned up the pressure and really tried to get him, he probably would have gotten him. I'm not saying that AJ held back. I'm just simply saying, like, okay, I'm going to let this dude just run around all night long because eventually I'm going to get him. I'm not going to go ahead and press myself to really try to get this dude. Does that make it fixed? I don't know, dog, because in reality, I mean, look, I'm no professional fighter, but when I was in the fight with Buzz, he was pretty fast. But I heard his punches and him breathing hard, and I said, you know what? This guy's going to get run out of gas pretty soon, man. So I'm not going to really try to press the action so much. I think AJ was just like, hey, you know what? Let this guy run around. Let him run around. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him with some ease. So I don't know. That could just be his tactic for this.
When he got him, broke his jaw in 2 places.
Right. Yes.
And he knocked out some teeth. I mean, when he got him, man. He got everything he had coming. I just wanted to be, and he went to the hospital right afterwards.
All right, Mikey. No, go ahead, Mikey. Because the dudes on the chat, they're agreeing with you.
No. Even the knockout. To tell you the truth, is the broken jaw real? I don't know. I gotta really check. But he's in the hospital, the broken jaw. But even the knockout punch, that last punch, it wasn't. He didn't really sit on it. It was just nice. Boom. He shot it. Boom. He twisted it. He could have killed him. He got knocked down and he was smiling. He was going, "Who does that? Who does that? Getting knocked out by AJ? Come on, guys." He didn't put a lot of that. The emphasis on it. It was just nice and crispy. Boom, and he broke his jaw. Okay, let's say. But if he would have done that to a regular fighter, anybody else, who gets knocked out by AJ and goes like that? Come on, guys. Who gets knocked out like that by an Olympian former champion that's been in the ring with great fighters, the Klitschko and Usyk, and go like this? Okay. And smile. It's like,
hey, Pitbull Cruz did that and he lost his fight. But my point is, he does that, Mikey, because he's just entertaining.
He's entertaining. He's trying to entertain. WWE. He's a WWE.
Yeah, no, I get it. But if he would have really sat on that punch, he would have been knocked out.
He couldn't sit on the punch because he was too fast. But when he
at the end he wasn't too fast.
At the finally when he got tired, that's when he caught him, and he didn't catch him right. You're right. If he would have caught him with the real AJ fight,
if he would have just boom. Yes, he was already dead. He was in the ropes and he was lined up. He was lined up to that right hand. I'm like, dude, move your head out of the way. He was doing he was like this.
He was never knocked out.
Boom. He just turned it. Boom. If he would have really sat on it, he would have made him. He would have put him to sleep. But he dropped him and he went like this. I'm like, come on.
No,
I get it. He broke his jaw.
I don't know if he did that tongue thing. He did go like, whoo, like, oh,
he
man.
did that tongue thing before. One of the
Okay,
other,
so he went,
not on
woo!
that,
Yeah,
not on that knockdown.
I think that woo is like, I'm gonna get knocked out, and please God, don't let me die. Boom! They turned him off, and you're like, oh shit, woo! That was it.
I think G Funky he's typing exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Joshua simply made it easier on himself, letting him run out of gas. Yes, on his own. Could Joshua have really done more in the first few rounds? He probably could have. But in my opinion, the way it looked like to me, Joshua was just like, for what? Let this dude just run out of gas, man. In the Ngannou fight, that's different. That was a big dude. He wasn't going to be running around all over the place. Plus, that guy went life and death with Tyson Fury. So Joshua had something to prove. Joshua doesn't have anything to prove in this one other than the fact that he needs to win by knockout. But I think he was just like, okay, look, this guy, he's a lot smaller. He's running all over the place. Can I really step on the gas and probably catch this guy in the corner? Yeah, I probably can. But the way this dude is running around, he's going to run out of gas and it's going to be a good knockout. Right. And he did break his jaw in 2 places.
But Joshua looks bad. He let Jake Paul last 5 rounds with him, a Nickelodeon guy. He's getting criticized.
Mikey, in real life, would you really consider that a fight? Come on, man. It was okay. It was Netflix. It was a Jake Paul fight. That wasn't real. I mean, I think the fight was real.
So it was fake.
The fight was real. No, I think the fight was real, but it was a joke, man. It was a joke.
Well, here's what
I just compare that to him fighting that gorilla and the Gao, whatever. I mean, that was a fight. I mean, those were 2 heavyweights. Dude, this was a clown show, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was a fight, but it was a clown show.
People get upset when I say this. And by the way, when I say this, I'm not saying it in the sense that Jake Paul is elite. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that he, is a professional in the ring. I'm just simply saying, as much as people call him, he's from Nickelodeon, the dude is not just fresh off the couch. It's not like he just ate a bowl of pozole and now he's just getting in the ring. The dude trains. The guy is an athlete. He himself takes it serious. Does that mean that he can compete with the elite level or the mid-card guys or the lower tier guys? No, it doesn't. That's why he fights that's why he fights the athletes that he fights. But it doesn't mean that the guy is out of shape. The guy's in great shape. He is in great shape. That's why he was able to run around as much as he did. That's a lot of energy. That is a lot of energy for anybody who hasn't been in the ring. Just going 1 round, 3-minute around the ring, that's a lot of energy on the body. So this dude does take it serious. He's in phenomenal shape. He does take it serious. No, it doesn't mean that he was going to ever stand a chance against an Anthony Joshua or any other heavyweight, cruiserweight, or whatever. No, it doesn't mean he's on that level. But I get it. We all say he's from Nickelodeon, like he's just fresh off the couch. No, the guy's in really, really great shape. But he was going to lose, and he lost.
Hey, Ed, but you know what? My respect to that kid. I call him a kid. My respect. You know what? He kept getting up. And you know what? My respect. I want to see him fight at cruiserweight. I want to see him fight. I'm not saying he's going to be a world champion, but I want to see him fight some cruiserweights and then work his way up to a championship and see if he's real. I mean, prove yourself at a weight that he usually walks around at 190 to 200. Then let's see him. And you know what? I have a feeling if he does heal, which I don't think he will, after 2 broken jaws, the way it was explained to me, he may never be able to box again. But if he decides, stay at cruiserweight and fight some of the fighters that are working their way up to a championship fight.
I think he's going to fight Conor McGregor. That's what I've been hearing.
Really?
That's a great show.
Yeah, that's a good show. That's a good show. Look, look, the only thing for me, for Jake Paul to somewhat get some sort of prompts where it's like he's real, is if he beats Tommy Fury, the guy that beat him. Because Tommy Fury is an actual boxer. He's not a good boxer, never has been a good boxer. The guy's at the bottom of the barrel. and he beat Jake Paul. Competed, he competed decently against Tommy Fury. But if Jake Paul can train his ass off, come back and win that fight, at least he could say, hey, I beat an actual professional boxer. Not a good one, not a great one, not even a decent one. He beat a horrible boxer, but at least, But with all that, it looks like AJ's going off. I don't know if it's a done deal yet, but looks like he's going off to fight Tyson Fury, which will be huge. McGregor versus Crawford. Oh gosh, man. MMA beat at the White House. All right. Hey, gentlemen, we got some fights tomorrow. Nakatani and Monster Inoue, although they are not fighting each other, that's what we're all waiting for. We actually got some pretty good, decent fights with these guys, man. And this is going to be Night of the Samurai in Saudi Arabia. Over here in West Coast time, I believe the card starts at 2 a.m. I believe it starts at 2 a.m. Mikey, you staying up till 2 a.m, or are you going to wake up earlier?
My little cousin's going to call me, so I say I'm going to wake up, but sometimes I can't wake up because, he fights. A lot of times he fights at that time, and I don't wake up. So I'm going to try to wake up. Because I heard there's going to be good fights.
Okay, let me see. The main event, the walk time estimated for the main event is at 4:45 in the morning, West Coast time. So, but the card starts at 2, I believe it is. Something like that. But anyway, gentlemen, let's talk about some of these fights, man. Junto Nakatani going in there against Reyes. Both undefeated. Nakatani 31-0, Reyes 20-0. Reyes is actually younger. He's younger and taller. Nakatani's 5'7". Reyes is 5'9". Undefeated guy right here. Sebastian Hernandez. Let me see. Reyes. Mikey, what's your thoughts about this fight?
Yeah, in the beginning, I was like, dude, Nakatani. Oh my God, they're saying the news out, the podcasters were saying, yeah, it's a showcase fight. Then I saw a little bit of tape of Reyes. Of course, if you look at his record, he has a lot of 1-star fighters, and he's from Tijuana. First of all, he's a Tijuana fighter, Mexican fighter. Those guys, like I always say that, I'm gonna say it again, they're party poopers. They destroy plants. He has power. He's tall, and he's a Mexican rugged fighter, like Salido type fighter. Boom, boom. He throws uppercuts, and he turns them into body shots. And he's in there with Nakatani. So I'm like, oh damn, a guy from Tijuana, he's pretty good, man. Then I started studying Nakatani, and then one thing that I saw leading to the fight, the press conferences, they asked him, who's your favorite fighter? And he said Finito Lopez. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I know Finito, and then I studied Nakatani. Like, oh my God, he's a southpaw, Finito Lopez. He fights in like mid-range.
Mikey, you know who his trainer is, right?
Yeah. What's his name, brother? Chicanito Hernandez's brother.
Chicanito Hernandez, Rudy Hernandez. That's his trainer.
Rudy Hernandez. Okay, Rudy Hernandez.
Yeah, he's been training for the past 7 years there in LA in your backyard. Did you know that?
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that he was training right here in LA, but we know that Rudy Hernandez. But he has a nice jab. His footwork, he's a switch hitter. He's like the southpaw Finito Lopez, man. I and that's his favorite fighter, and I see a lot of similarities. Oh man, it's gonna be a good fight, man. But Nakatani has too many weapons, footwork in his angles, and he's long. Like he'll use his length. Yeah, and this Mexican dude, he likes to fight in the inside. I didn't see him fighting in mid-range or boxing. This guy can box and bang, and I'm talking about Nakatani and slip shots while he's shooting. This guy's skilled. This kid is skilled, and he fights long. I like Nakatani, man.
Strangely enough, okay, so Hernandez, he's actually taller, but Nakatani actually has a longer reach. So that's a little bit of a strange combination right there. Usually the taller guy has the longer reach, but not in this case. David, how do you see this fight?
Brother, the whole card, if you read it, it's all Mexican fighters against Japanese fighters. I mean, all Mexican fighters against Japanese fighters. I believe 3 out of the 6, 3 or 4 out of the 6 fight for Sanford Boxing. Fight
Okay.
with Fernando Beltran. And you know who else fought for Fernando Beltran and he made him a star? El Príncipe.
Mhm.
El Príncipe. They're saying that this guy, Sebastian, he calls himself Logan. Sebastian Logan Hernandez Reyes. They're
Mhm.
saying that it could be the next Divino. He could be the next Divino. When Divino fought for the championship fight, dude, we had never heard of him. He comes in and he does a great fight.
Yeah.
He wins. You know, this fight right here, they're saying, well, even we go down one, Vivaldo Garcia, who's the champion, against Kinshiro Teranji for the IBF Junior Bantamweight champion. Look at all the names: Edison Garcia, Leobardo Quintana, against all these Japoneses. My dad used to call anybody that was Chino, whether he's Filipino, Chino, you know, but these are Japoneses. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, this right here, instead of calling it samurai, they should have called it Mexican samurai. Something, you know what I mean? Because it's literally Mexico against the Chinos.
For
It's
the
Mexico
most
against the Chinos. All of them. Look at them.
no, I'm looking at it. For the most part, Garcia, he's actually Dominican.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then he's
yeah.
the one that's not part of Sanford Boxing.
Yeah, he's Garcia is actually Dominican. So, but yeah, they're calling it Night of the Samurai. Look, this one right here with Hernandez Reyes and Nakatani. Look, in my opinion, they are shooting the odds are stacked against Hernandez, and here is why.
Yes.
There's much more money to be made with Junto Nakatani coming out with the victory and Monster Anyway. I hope the Raza knows that going in. And where they are fighting, that's where all that money's at. So I hope the Raza knows, okay, listen up here, Holmes. We're probably not going to get a decision, which kind of can change the way they fight, and it could leave them open. So
and that fight's not going to be a decision. That fight's going to be a knockout. That fight, it's going to be, I have Nakatani winning, but it could go either way. This fight, I guarantee you, it's not going to go. They're both knockout fighters.
Yeah.
They're both knockout fighters. They both attack. It's going to be like that's going to be the fight of the night. That's going to be the fight of the night. Those two, dude, I mean, we've seen Nakatani. We've been following him since he came on. I mean, Junto Nakatani's a real deal. I don't know much about Sebastian Hernandez. I've been watching Eric Morales talk a lot about him. He's putting a lot of faith, not money, into him. But dude, that's going to be a knockout. That's not going to be. And I don't know if you saw the weigh-ins, but in the weigh-ins, there's more raza there than there are Árabes or Chinos. Did you hear all the raza that's there? Yeah. That piece is full of raza. All from Tijuana with money.
Yeah.
Puro billete.
Puro billete.
You know, would you guys want to? Okay, would you guys?
I didn't want to say that, but
hey, let me ask you guys, man. Would you guys want to see Hernandez win if that jeopardizes Nakatani versus Monster Anyway?
I don't, because I like Rudy Hernandez. I respect him a lot, and I love this kid Junto Nakatani. And I've always said, if somebody could beat in Inoue, it's Junto Nakatani. I want to see the raza win. I really do, because I'm Chicano, I'm Mexican. I want always a Mexican to win, but not on this one, bro. As a matter of fact, I even went to Costco and I bought myself right here, man, Japanese whiskey. And I'm drinking it right now. You know what I mean? Because you know what? I like Nakatani. I like Nakatani better than I like Inoue. I really like Nakatani, and I really like Rudy's a good friend of ours. He's been on our show. Dude, he's a brother. And because of that, I always go for the Chicano, for the Mexican, but dude, I like Nakatani. I think he's a real deal.
Okay. Ballers only. P-Town saying 4 out of the 6 are going to end by knockout.
I agree.
Okay. All right. Look, I mean, if Hernandez earns it, non-biasedly, I think he should win. The fight I do want to see is Nakatani versus Monster Anyway. But look, if homie goes in there and he takes care of business, he gets the win. You know, life isn't a movie, and then maybe we never get Nakatani and Monster Anyway, or maybe we get it when they're both past their prime. You know, we'll see what's up with that one. But
you know what, Ed? Nakatani, that's his first fight at 121, at 122.
At 122.
That's his first fight at 122. And he's fighting a dude that he's a knockout artist. So he's not going to be an easy fight for Nakatani.
You know what, Mikey? Does that change anything for you? That's his first fight at this weight class?
I mean, yeah. I mean, your first fight at the weight class, they're fighting in Saudi Arabia. There's a lot of factors that could come in. He underestimated this Mexican fighter. Who are the guys that always screw up plans? It's Mexican fighters. I've seen it time after time. It sounds like a broken record on this podcast.
From Tijuana, Mikey, from Tijuana.
And from Tijuana, dude. We've seen Salido, Terrell, freaking, what's his name? Lomachenko. He was dirty and all that. That's how Mexicans fight. They're rugged. What if he makes it an ugly Mexican fight? I mean, but you know, Nakatani has skills, and he trains in LA, and his trainer's Mexican. He knows how to fight. He has skills. But if someone's gonna do it, it's this guy with power from Tijuana. And I studied him. I'm like, he's not that bad. He's in the inside, working in the inside. He's a typical Mexican high guard Mexican fighter. It's gonna be a good fight, man. It's gonna be a good fight. Hopefully, this guy has a chin. Mexicans have chin, so it's gonna be a good fight.
You know, Mikey brought it up, man. Lomachenko, with a lot of hype from the amateurs, comes to the professional ranks. His first fight looks amazing. And it's like, oh, wow, the hype is real. His second fight is against bald-headed Cabeza de Coco Orlando Salido, and he beats him. And it's like,
yeah, and we seen El Divino. Remember, he came out of nowhere, and he almost lost, and he showed heart. Yeah, so this guy, I seen him. Look at it. If you look at his competition, they're not that good. They're not. Nakatani has they're setting up that fight like you said it, and he has a better chance of winning in the scorecards and the skill factor. But we are talking about a Mexican fighter, man, from Tijuana. You're guaranteed a firefight.
Yeah, it should be a good one, gentlemen. Moving on to the main event. Monster Inoue, which has been the pride of Japanese. I don't know who's a bigger star. If it's him in Japan, if it's him or if it's Shohei Ohtani. I'm not really
gonna say that. Ohtani?
It could be. I don't know who it is, man. Both of these guys, they're blowing up in Japan.
Yeah, they're fire.
Globally. Yeah, and they're both that damn good in their respective sport. Here's the thing when it comes to this fight. Okay, he's fighting Alan Picasso, right? Monster Inoue is 32 years old. Picasso is 25. Monster Inoue is usually, not always, but he's usually the taller guy. He's not in this one. In this one, Picasso is 3 inches taller and has a longer reach. So let's take that into consideration, because Monster Inoue went life and death with Nonito Donaire, who matched his height. This guy's a little bit taller than Monster Inoue. David, I'll start with you on this one. How do you see this fight going?
You know what? Let me give you some history on Inoue. He's been a world champion for the past 11 years. He's been a four division world champion. During these 11 years, he's been 2 divisions where he was undisputed with the 4 belts. I mean, who else is that good? 11 years world champion. Dude, I mean, I can't name anybody. I mean, we always say Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali, but dude, who has been a world champion without losing, and he's undefeated for 11 years? 11 years. Picasso, dude, I know pendejadas and putadas. Mark loves Picasso, and he's been saying that Picasso's the next Canelo Alvarez. Dude, Picasso is not the next Canelo Alvarez, and Picasso is not terrible, but I don't know how he got this fight. That's all I could say, bro. He's going to get knocked out. And so what if he's taller? Dude, Picasso is not Nonito Donaire. is not Donito Donaire, was never in the wars, Donito. Picasso's a skinny kid who looks like Pinocchio. That's Picasso.
Hey, JC, real quick. He's barely becoming a star. Yamamoto, man. He's barely becoming a star because of what he did. That guy's a beast. That guy's a straight beast. But all right, Mikey, what's your thoughts? Because it looks like David, for this fight card, he's bringing out the Japanese flag. You know, he's got the Japanese whiskey. He's going for Nakatani. Picasso's going to get knocked out. Mikey.
No, Pinocchio's going to get knocked out.
Pinocchio. Yeah.
Mikey, talk to us, man.
I mean, all right. If Picasso wins this fight, it's the ultimate pound for pound number one, because I think Inouye's number one or number two. So if he gets this fight, he's going to be a mega star overnight. All right. I mean, Picasso. I mean, he's flat-footed. He throws combinations. I don't see angles. I don't see foot speed. He throws combos and he just keeps coming and coming and coming. Is that going to favor Nakatani? I mean, is that going to favor Inoue? In order to beat Inoue, you got to shoot with him too. And Picasso will hopefully he shoots with him too. And every time, not every time, but there's been two Mexicans that dropped Inoue. That's dropped Inoue. And he got dropped by
Cárdenas
and La Panterita and Neri.
Yeah.
So there's another Mexican that might screw up the plans, but on paper and what I've seen, it's Inoue. Inouye's a monster. Inouye's got the skill. But what if Inoue? This is his fourth fight this year. What if his body can't take it anymore? Little fighters get older overnight. They get older fast. He's already 32 years old. He's fighting in Saudi Arabia. We've seen mysterious things happen in Saudi Arabia. I've been poisoned. I didn't sleep well. Canelo's performances was trash. Who else? Food poisoning. And there was another fight that I don't know what I forgot. Was it the your favorite fighter? No, they didn't fight over there. I don't know. Someone fought
Mikey. He's almost on the same timeline as he is in Japan. Only a couple of hours difference.
But
I mean,
there's something
nothing like America. The timeline.
But there's always something mysterious in Saudi Arabia. This is his fourth fight. He's 32 years old. This guy's a younger fighter, taller fighter. The skies, the stars align, and he gets the W.
Anything could happen, Mikey. Anything could happen. I mean,
yes.
everybody has a puncher's chance to win. But Mikey, how can you compare Neri? How can you compare? I don't even know about Cárdenas, but Neri or Donaire to Picasso. Name me one fighter that Picasso has won that you know. Just name me one. Both of you.
No, I can't. No.
But I will say this. I will say this, though, David. No. You're right, David. But I will say this. Mikey is only saying, David, what you have said before. You can't trust those people. That's what Mikey.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Mikey's saying.
Yeah, there's always something mysterious.
He's saying there's always something funny going on.
What happened to Kid Texas? What's his name? Kid Austin. He got sick and he almost died in Saudi Arabia. There's always something funny, something fishy over there. I'm just bringing those factors up, and I'm bringing Picasso. If he wins it, he's gonna be a megastar, and they're looking for a Mexican megastar because of the big void in Canelo. So
not this one. The next megastar is probably gonna be Divino, not Picasso, bro. Name me one
Picasso
person.
wins.
Name me one person that Picasso has fought. Name me one.
No. Dave, I'll give you that. But why is Picasso getting this fight? Where did Picasso come from?
Well, because the reason why he's getting this fight is because they're preparing the big fight between Nakatani and Inoue. That's the big fight. Big fight. So to get there, they have to fight these. What's his name? Nakatani had to fight at least one fight at 122. So he's fighting, but Nakatani is fighting a killer. This idiot over here is fighting Pinocchio. You know what I mean?
know.
They're preparing.
But Picasso's got all the freaking media with him since his first fight. Like, who is this kid?
Of course, because once again, like Mark Pendejas Putazos, they believe all that hype. They're making him sound like Munguia. Never is good at building up fighters until they get Not
Look,
discovered.
look. All right, let
Yeah.
me intervene here. Let me intervene. I think Monster knocks him out. Okay, I
Yes,
think he
he
does
is.
knock him out. Like Pete Town is saying right here, probably like in the 6th round, a
Yes.
Jake Paul AJ style fight.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though, David. I do want to throw this out there. Picasso, he's 32-0, and he's only 25 years old.
Name me one fighter that
You're
he's
right.
fought. Name me one fight that he's fought. One, just one.
I can't. I can't because I don't know. But the guy has been busy, and anybody he has fought, he's won. And every fighter never fights somebody until they.
He's Mujia. He's Mujia. He's going to be exposed on this fight. He's Mujia.
And maybe okay, and maybe so. I agree, but no fighter fights anybody until they fight somebody. This is
name somebody. Name somebody.
This is it.
This is it. So you're talking about
this is the somebody.
Okay, this is his somebody.
Yeah, this is the
okay, and this somebody's gonna knock him out.
And Dave, Inoue throws shots and he gets reckless too. Like he could get dropped because he's been dropped. So he does have a chance. He does have good fundamentals. He throws combinations. His footwork isn't the best. You need to have footwork to beat Inoue, to get out of danger, move to the side. I don't see that, but he does come forward, has the high guard, and maybe he could lure Inoue into something and boom, and drop him. How many times is Inoue going to get dropped like Trinidad and Marquez and not get up and win the fight? One day maybe this is the day that he gets dropped and he doesn't get back up.
The day's going to be in April or May when he fights Nakatani. That's going to be the day that he's going to get dropped. And I don't know if you know this either.
Oh man, I hope Picasso wins, man.
Well, I don't know if you know this either.
Underdog.
I don't know if you guys know this, but he fights 2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah, he's fighting 4 this year. Can his body take it? That's what I'm saying. This is his 4th fight.
11 years he's been fighting like that. That's 11 years.
That could be
what if today he gets old?
That could be taxing on the body. That could be taxing.
Look at Canelo.
Knock him out. Nakatani's going to knock him out, not Picasso.
Wow. Dave, I said that about Crawford and Canelo, and I'm devastated.
That's right.
Use his range early.
Use his reach.
Yeah. Japanese does get hit though. True. Mike is right. He does get
Picasso, hit. How many knockouts does Picasso have? I don't even think he has. How many?
Yes, let me see. Let me look it up right now. Let me look it up.
He doesn't have knockout power.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
17.
Okay, 17 out of 32. I'm hard to believe in that.
Let me see.
He's going to be once again exposed.
Percent. Oh no, 53% percentage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 53%. Yeah.
He has good fundamentals though. He's fundamentally sound.
Oh yeah.
What he does.
We shall see what happens. Sorry to all the one is out there, man. We started a little bit late, so yeah, we're gonna go past the 6-hour mark. We still got about 15 minutes to go. Let's go ahead, since this is the end of 2025, at least for the live shows that we do. Let's go ahead and let's kind of reminisce a little bit on what stood out to us. Everybody in the chat as well, throw it out there, man. Throw it out there. Who impressed you most this year? Because I'm just going off the top of my head. What was the best fight for you this year? The knockout this year? All that good stuff. When we pushed live to go on, I was thinking in my mind, Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, that was a pretty good one. And I was a little disappointed because I was like, it was pretty good, but I don't remember really being wowed by the fight that much. I enjoyed it. And then somebody put in the chat, I forgot who it was, and I forgot about that fight. And I'm like, you know what? I think that's the fight of the year.
Which one?
Callum Smith versus Joshua Buatsi.
I got a better one. I think I got a better one.
Okay, that fight I had said that was gonna be fight of the night.
You did,
and that was fight of the night, man. And you know what? I'm a little upset with myself because I did not think of that fight, even though I handpicked it to be a great one. It was a great one. Everything after that fight was a few steps below. There were still some good fights, but they were a few steps below. I think I got to go with Joshua Buatsi and Callum Smith. Everybody let us know in the chat, man. What's the fight that stuck out to you guys? What's on your mind, David?
You know what I got too? I got Benavides versus Burrell. I forgot about that. We were talking about it. That was a good fight, man. Benavides against Morel. That was a damn good fight. And then another one that was a damn good fight that I got him maybe 50-50 is Mobili against Martinez.
Oh,
that was another damn good fight. You know what I mean? I mean, those two, and then Conor Ben comes in next. But you know what? I think Mobili versus Martinez, and then Benavides, and then Conor Ben, and then Smith.
Shout outs to Pastor Zamora from Apple Valley. That's his boy, Lester Martinez. You know what? Does it take a little steam away from you guys that fight ended in a draw? Would you still have it up there? Like, I get the fight is great of what's happening in the ring, but do you take into account the decision? Because that was a draw. Would you still have it up there, Mikey? Like, it was a draw? Like, it's still fight of the year because the fight itself was great. The draw shouldn't matter, or does the draw matter to you?
I think the draw shouldn't matter because it's the action we saw, the experience, the drama, the rush we got. I don't think so. I don't think if you play the fight, you already know who won. You already know there was a draw, but you still watch the fight. You still get excited. They left poetry right there, and you're if you rewatch it, you still get excited no matter what. So no.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Shawana? I forgot about that. Gary Russell did fight once this year. He came back and he did fight one time this year. Yeah, in my opinion, I think it takes a little bit of steam in remembering that because it was a draw. Had somebody won, I think people will remember it a little bit more. But should it take away from it? No, I don't think it should take away from it. And Billy versus Lester Martinez was a really, really good fight. What about the other one that he mentioned, Mikey? Benavides versus Morel.
Morel.
Yeah, that was a good fight. That was a good fight. I have it up there. But I like the Smith Buatsi. That one was a banger. Yeah. Banger. Jesus Christ. That one was a banger.
Yeah.
I think I'll give it to the Smith versus Buatsi, whatever. I'll give them that one. They'll take the award for that.
Okay. Yeah, man. You know what? Those are, especially the Billy and Martinez, that one, and Buatsi and Smith. I think Benavides and Morel was a good one. I think I don't think they were good at those two. I think I would have to put those two above there on top, man. Who was the fighter that really impressed you, David? I mean, Benavides did some pretty good work this year. David Benavides did some pretty good work to kind of break out on his own to try to become a little bit more of a star. If I had to think of a fight or a fighter, I should say, that impressed me this year, it was kind of a quiet year. Benavides took a lot of the spotlight, in my opinion. Whether he did a lot or didn't do a lot, his name was being brought up a lot. Is there anybody that sticks out to you, David?
You know what? Two people stick out. Number one, Antoine Russell. The way he basically beat the crap out of Rayo. Dude, Antoine Russell, that really surprised me. And another one that I really like a lot, and I want to see him become a world champion, is Armando Resendiz. What he did to Caleb Plant. Those two right there were the ones that I was like, you know what, man? Especially Antoine Russell. I mean, guys, Rayo, he's a real deal. And Antoine Russell, dude, spanked him. That surprised me. And I was impressed with his boxing skills.
Yeah, by the way, Resendiz he does hold one of the alphabet titles since they've all been relinquished. So he does hold one of them. I think you got to hold that somewhere up there as upset of the year with Armando Resendiz. He took it to Caleb Plant. he took it to him. It's not like at the end of the fight, like, oh, I don't know, man. It was like, no, man. He took it to Caleb Plant. Look, I was thinking about this earlier today, right? I was thinking about, like, if I had to think about an upset that happened this year, oh man, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe just because it was just a high-profile fight, but I really didn't think Crawford was gonna beat Canelo.
Yeah.
I really didn't think that was gonna happen. Was it more impressive what Resendiz did against Caleb Plant? Maybe
No.
just in the sense that we didn't know who Resendiz really was, but Crawford moving up 2 weight classes and beating Canelo. To me, I know there's quite a few people out there that pick Crawford to win. So I don't know how much of an underdog he really was. But for me personally, I was like, nah, he's not going to be able to withstand it, man. I that had to be somewhere in the biggest upsets. So, I can't really think of anybody else, man.
So we're talking about upsets now, or the fighter that impressed you?
No, a fighter than anything, David. I mean, a fighter that impressed me, Resendiz would probably have to be one of them because I never really.
What about Shiraz? Shiraz, did he impress you?
What he did against Berlanga?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just liked what he did to Berlanga. That was no. You know what? After seeing Shiraz compete at 160. And not being that impressed with him. And then he goes to 168 where he's more full. God, you know what? I don't know how he made 160. Yeah. He's a big dude for 168.
Yeah.
He just tore Berlanga apart. And I'm like, gosh, this guy looks like a straight monster, man, like a straight animal. So, I mean, Shiraz right now, as it stands right now, I don't favor too many people at 168 over Shiraz, man. He's quite the beast. Let me see. Yep, David, both picks, fire promoter, Oscar, crazy guy, not Turkey. Yeah, Canelo hurts. More sons, Shiraz, a paper champ. For now. But I think Shiraz is the real deal.
But he's not a champ. Yeah, is he, Ed? Shiraz?
No, he's not a champ. No, he's not a champ. No. There's only one champ at 168 right now, and that is Resendiz. He got elevated to full champion. All the other 3 belts, they're just they're out there floating. But
I read somewhere that Shiraz and Pacheco were going to fight for either WBC, one of the belts. Did you guys read about that? It just came out.
Yeah. There's rumor about that. But the Vato got his belt taken away for not paying what he had to pay. Yeah, Crawford. Yeah, well, I mean, he's retiring anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Hey, Mikey, we never really got your thoughts on that. What's your thoughts on Crawford retiring?
We heard it from Floyd. We heard it from Fury. He wants the bag. And he doesn't want to defend the belts at 168, and he wants 100 million. And I think it's a ploy. It's a ploy for him to get something close to 100 million. I heard Turkey told him I have 50 for you. I'm not sure. It's just rumors on the internet. But I think Crawford he could make money with Canelo. He could make a big bag with Canelo. So I think he wants 100, something close to 100, 70. 80, 70. I think it's just a chess move for him to get a bigger bag, and he gets to not fight anyone at 168 because if he loses, because I don't think he could beat anybody at 168. He's got too strong, too big.
Mikey, what is it you always say that he can't sell a chicken wing? Where?
He can't sell a wing dinner either. He's the face of boxing, can't pay his sanctioning belts. He wants 100 million, but he can't sell a wing dinner at an Omaha football game. JV football game. Like, he almost got shot in his own neighborhood celebrating the Canelo fight by the cops. They don't know who he is. So it's a ploy. He's trying to get more money, and I get it. So as for now, he's retired just like Floyd, Tyson Fury, but they all come back and they get the bag. So
all right. So I got a couple of questions here for you guys, man. Everybody in the chat, feel free to go ahead and chime in. I got these questions here from Mikey and David. Same questions. Okay, it's the same question. You guys are getting the same questions. It's just for fun, just to kind of wrap up the year here. Okay. Number one, how many times does Canelo fight next year? I'll start with you, David.
One time September.
One time in September.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who do you think he fights?
I think he'll fight Bivol.
Okay.
I think he'll fight Bivol. If not,
At 175?
At 175, he'll fight for all the belts except one, I believe. Right? Benavidez has one of the belts.
Yeah, he has the WBC one.
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
That's the only fight that's going to make money. That or else against Shiraz. When Shiraz becomes a champion, when he beats Pacheco.
Oh, he's not fighting in Billy? He's not going to fight in Billy?
Who
for the WBC belt?
Who's that?
At 116, Shiraz and Billy.
No, it's going to be Shiraz and Pacheco.
Okay.
Maybe they're looking at that. Hey, Mikey, same question. How many times does Canelo fight next year?
I mean, according to what Canelo's been saying and posting, he said he's motivated, that he's back, but that just because he lose doesn't mean that he doesn't have any fear of losing. That's why he took so many chances. So every time Canelo loses, he come back strong. When Canelo lost to Floyd Mayweather, look what he did. But he went on an undisputed run, and he went to 168, 175 collected belts, went undisputed in less than 11 months. He was motivated. Then he lost to Bivol, and then he came back motivated and at 168 and beat up everybody. Still, he cleaned up the division. But any young lion that was thrown at him, he beat him. So he lost, and now he's motivated. If everything he's saying, and I'm putting history together, his hand's better. He has 2 more fights with Turki Al-Sheikh. I believe he's going to fight twice this year. And if he wins, it gets a sensational knockout or a great fight. I mean, I won't blame him because there's rumors that he might fight what's his name, the Cuban southpaw. What's his name?
The Cuban at 168?
No, yeah, they might move him up. The 160 Cuban champion southpaw.
They might move him up from 160. Yeah. Son of a Carlos Adames.
No, not Adames. The Cuban
is Nandy Lara?
Lara, yeah. That's a big rumor that Pendejadas and Chingones are gonna. And I thought about it, like Canelo came off a loss. What if they throw Lara in just to warm up, and then he gets that mega fight with Shiraz, that big fight with Shiraz, or a big fight if Crawford comes back. He has 2 more fights in his contract. I don't blame him. He's just coming off a loss, coming off an injury. So if he does get that fight with Lara, I don't blame him.
I disagree with you, Mikey. The reason why is because you know what? He's no longer the big face of boxing. Yes, he could sell out stadiums, but he's not the face of boxing. He can't choose his opponents anymore. He has a $500 million contract with Turkey for 2 more fights. They're gonna pick his opponents, and you know what? He's not gonna be able to choose like he's been choosing his whole career. They're gonna pick his opponent, and you know what? And when they say you're fighting Bivol, I think that's the only fight that he wants. But when they say you're fighting Shiraz, I don't know if Canelo's gonna fight. If they say you're gonna fight Benavidez, I don't know if Canelo's gonna fight Benavidez. He's not gonna be able to pick his opponents anymore. He's not the face of boxing anymore.
So if he can't, if they say fight Benavidez, and if he says no, so what's going to happen?
Well, guess what? They're going to go back to the table and negotiate Lara. He wants to fight Lara. You know what I mean? That just shows you that's been his whole career. He picks and chooses. He's no longer the face. He can't pick and choose. They're going to pick for him, and he's going to have to say, so I was saying, let me fight you.
No one can sell a wing dinner in the sport of boxing. Exactly. Only Jake Paul. Canelo's still the face of boxing. Watch when he makes his comeback, when he announces his fight. Turki Al-Sheikh, there's loopholes in that contract they gave him. This isn't a slave contract. Canelo has the best lawyers in the game. They just didn't cite his name, and you could pick, and I'll get my ass killed. Fight Usyk. No. I know there's loopholes, and there's
there is.
Okay, I just want to go and say this, right? What Shawana Rain said, Canelo sweepstakes continues. Anthony Bravo is saying that's exactly what I was going to say because he's not number 1 anymore. Okay, here's the thing. Is Canelo considered the best today? No, he's not. But on this side of the world, he's still the big money maker.
He is,
He's
and I agree with you,
still the big
Sean.
money
He
maker.
is the big money maker. That's the
Yes.
only thing he has to offer. He's
Right.
the money maker. He is the
Yes.
money maker.
On
Without
this
a
side
doubt.
of the world, he's still the big money maker.
Yeah.
Just like on the other side of the world, it's Anthony Joshua. Even though Usyk beat him twice, Usyk still doesn't bring in the money. Joshua does. So if people really want to make money in a fight, they're not going to go fight Usyk. You go fight Usyk for your legacy, for your boxing legacy to be considered the best. But if you want a big payday, you go fight Anthony Joshua. That's just the way the game works.
Yeah.
Hey, another question, fellas. Do we see Crawford fight at all next year? David?
I think, you know what? I never thought of what Mikey was saying, but I 50% agree with Mikey because we've seen it done before. They retire, they come back. But I somehow don't see it with Crawford, man. I think Crawford is, I know money talks, you know what I mean? Bullshit walks. I see Crawford literally saying that's it. You know what I mean? But like Mikey said, we've seen it before. But I don't compare Crawford to Mayweather. You know what I mean? I don't compare to Mayweather, but he can come back. Are we going to see him 2026? What Mikey said, maybe, but I hope not. I hope he's really retired because he can't come back at 168. He's not going to beat anybody at 168. He beat Canelo because Canelo's old. He's not gonna. He can't. Who tell me who he could beat at 168? He can't. He can't. He got lucky with Canelo. So I hope he doesn't come back.
Mikey, do we see him fight in 2026?
Oh man, I believe so. I believe so. Turkey. He's still connected to Turkey. He's still connected with the what the league they're trying to make. I think he's part owner of that league they're trying to make with Dana White. Yeah, I think he's part owner. Yeah, from what I heard, I think
money in that.
I think so. I think so. I'm gonna double check, or they could put it in the chat. I think I heard that he's part owner. He has some money, a percentage in SUFA, whatever that league they're trying to do. Turkey gave him the opportunity, and Turkey even told him in when he was gonna fight Canelo, when he was running the Stairmaster, whatever it's called, do not retire. The job isn't done. Do not retire. So I believe he's embedded to Turkey because look at all the money he got because Canelo gave him the opportunity and Turkey lost money to him. So I think he's not. He's just doing that, but it's a ploy for more money and to bring the drama in boxing. But he's connected to SUFA. He's connected to that league they're trying to make, and he wants that bag. And with Canelo, the rematch, it's gonna sell. So I believe he's coming back. I believe he's coming back. And if he's not, he's a coward because Canelo gave him the opportunity. But I believe he's coming back.
Does Bam get in the ring with either Monster or Nakatani next year, David?
No. In 2 years.
Okay.
In 2 years. Next year, he'll reunite. All he has is one more belt. He'll fight for one belt, and then he's going to go to 118, and then he'll start beating the 118. There's a lot of good fighters at 118, and then he'll have to go. After he gets knocked out by Nakatani, will probably retire. They'll probably see a trilogy with those two. You know what I mean? We'll probably see a trilogy. So no, not another 2 or 3 years. But he will fight Nakatani at 120, 122 or 126. That's who I know that he will fight eventually. And that's when he'll get knocked out.
Mikey, does Ben Rodriguez fight Monster anyway or Nakatani next year?
No. Robert Garcia said it. They don't. We know how the Robert Garcia team moves. They're calculated. They don't take chances, man. We seen with Virgil Ortiz. They don't want nothing to do with Boots Ennis. So and Robert Garcia says he doesn't want nothing to do with Inoue. Robert Garcia keeps saying 2 years. He's been saying that every year. So it's like 6 years. 2 years next, and then the following year, 2026, they say another 2 years, and then 2027, another 2 years. And Nakatani, man, they don't even mention his name. They're mentioning Inoue. Nakatani's a monster. So, he's not gonna, for sure. He's not fighting him next year.
Do we see Spence or either one of the Charlo brothers next year, David?
Yes. I don't know if we'll see Spence. but we will definitely see both of the Charlo brothers.
Both. Okay.
Yeah, they're running out of money. They're running out
Okay.
of money. They need money to pay for
Okay.
their lawyers for either beating up their wives, girlfriends, or for stealing a bottle of Jack Daniels at the liquor store.
Mikey, do we see Spence or the Charlos next year?
Man, Spence is freaking. Spence is he's been showing his face around. He's shopping. They want to interview him. He's shopping. He's trying to get a big fight. He is a name. Texas, whatever. And then mess around the Robert Garcia team. They fight Spence in Texas next year. So we might see him fight freaking Virgil. Nobody wants to see that fight, but you know what? I think there's a possibility of Spence fighting in Texas versus Virgil. So yeah, I see Spence. The Charlos. Who do you beat the Charlos? Maybe Resendez? 160. Where I forgot what weight class.
You know what? I love to see Charlo, big Charlo against Caleb Plant. Get the payback for the slap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Undercard, I guess.
Yeah,
you know what, man? I just don't get it. A man slapped you and you don't fight the dude. Like, if I'm going to take a hit to the face, you close your fist. At least with that, there's some dignity, getting socked in the face. But a man open hand smacking you in the face, I don't know what's up with Charlo, man, but he should be begging for that fight. Win, lose, or draw, it's like, dude, he slapped you in the face, homie. You got to go get that. If he socked you one, at least you could walk away with a little dignity. Like, yeah, I took one of his punches, but what are you going to say? I took his cachetada. Like, that's damn, man. That's so degrading there. Hey, guys, Virgil Ortiz, does he step into the ring with Boots Ennis in 2026?
Go ahead, Dave.
You know what? I don't want to see him fight Boots Ennis. I want to see him get a belt. I mean, he's never been a world champion. And I think he's ready, and I think he could beat the world champions. You know what I mean? Get a belt, man. Get him 2 or 3 belts. He could beat all the champions at 154. Get a belt and then fight. Let Boots Ennis beat Sayas, and let Virgil beat the towering giant. You know what I mean? And then the winner of that, then they fight. But they both fight with belts to unite belts. That's what I want to see.
Okay, Mikey?
I mean, it sounds good. Yeah, he's never been champion. If there's an opportunity for him to be a champion, it makes the fight more intriguing. And that's the route the Robert Garcia team want to go. They want to go get a belt, but they don't want the IBF belt with Bakram because they know him already. So, and then the dad said that the IBF, not disrespected Virgil, but they, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they didn't cherish him or something. They didn't show him love. All right, so we know that they're evading Bakram. So, yeah, with the internal.
I disagree with you, Mikey. I don't think they're evading Bakram. I just think that Virgil Ortiz doesn't want to weigh in
It's the IBF. It's the IBF.
158 the morning of the fight. I think once he becomes a champion of the WBA, then he'll say, "Okay, Bakram, come on. Now we're going to go by the WBA rules, not the IBF rules, where I have to weigh in a certain amount." I think everybody's afraid of that because these guys, dude, it's hard to make weight and stay weight 24 hours, 8 hours before the fight. I think that's the problem. I don't think Bakram is as good as we think he is. You know what I mean? I don't think that he's a threat. They could beat him.
I mean, Virgil's he's up there, but there's some good fighters. Like I said, there's Bakram, there's Boots. There's some good fights for him. So he's never been champion. But like I said, Virgil's dad was talking about the IBF. They already said that, yeah, they don't want to wait because Virgil's weight problems and all. I get it, okay. But they also said that the IBF didn't cherish Virgil as much. Like they didn't mention him as much. So they were saying that as an excuse. The Russians can't sell a wing dinner.
No, Mortalov can't sell a wing dinner.
No, he can't. But I still think he's a beast, though. Can he sell? No, he can't sell. But I still think he's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast. We can't. He's being evaded. Not even Boots is calling out his name.
Because of the weight, Mikey. Because of the weight.
It could be that, David. Okay, there's some substance there, yeah, because he holds the one and only alphabet title that has a rehydration clause.
But if another champion fights him with another belt, they'll go with the other sanctioning.
Right. But Dave, if you've never been a champion and the IBF's a chance for you to be a champion, you don't think you want to get it?
Yeah, like you do, Mikey, but you know that also those other 3 belts are going to become available, which they are going to become available.
I mean, he's been waiting at 47 and the availability and this and that, never been champion.
How could he fight at 147 when the world champion was Crawford and they couldn't make that fight? They couldn't make that fight at 147. Crawford only fought once a year.
Look, I will say this when it comes to Virgil in 2026. I don't think he fights Boots Ennis because there's other fights he can make. Most people want to see Virgil versus Boots, and I get it. I understand it. So do I. But there's other fights that he can take where, what do you do? Call him a duck because he goes and fights Sebastian Fundora? That's a world champion. How do you call him a duck if he's going after a champion? There's quite a few fights to be made at 154 where Boots can grab an alphabet title, maybe even 2. So can Virgil. And then they can meet up and unify, which will make it a mega fight. So, I don't think they fight each other next year because I think they can go ahead and chase some of these belts and then later on unify with one another. But gentlemen,
if he fights Spence, it's a duck. Ed, I said it. If he fights Spence, it's a duck.
Okay. I'm sort of with you, Mikey. He has always said he wants that fight. If he gets the opportunity to do it,
yeah.
But we could. In a way, I understand it. Yes, it's a duck. He's always wanted that fight in Texas.
He was a champion. When he was in
his prime.
No, when he was in his prime, right? But and he never got it. If Spence comes back for one more fight, because Spence isn't really active, I think he'll jump on the opportunity. And I get you. I get it. Don't. If that's his only fight next year, yeah, for dang sure. But if he goes on and fights, Sebastian Fundora and gets a couple of these straps, then I'm gonna say no. I don't think it was a duck, man. I think he just wanted to get that fight that he really wanted, even though it was well past its prime. But with that, gentlemen, this time next year, who is going to have the best 2026 in your guys' opinion? Where it's gonna be like, man, this guy just had a year. Maybe we know a little bit about him now, but he really blew up in 2026. I'll start with you on this one, Mikey.
Oh man, what's the fight I'm looking for? To tell you the truth, one that pops up right now is maybe Teal. If he could beat Shakur, that's gonna be a hard fight. If he can beat Shakur, man, that'll be a great accomplishment, a great W, man. So I'm gonna say Teal, or Canelo makes the biggest comeback in boxing history, man. So
with one fight,
Canelo?
Yeah.
Well, no. What if he goes for undisputed again? Because the belts are spread out. So what if he fights let me see who the WBC belt. Somebody.
What if he fights Bivol? That's the fight.
Oh my God, yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta see him when he comes back. I want to see this fight because he's gonna fight. If he looks good, he just can't beat Crawford. But if he looks good, he could be Pacheco. He could be with him, Billy.
Mikey, he didn't get knocked out. He didn't get hurt at the Crawford fight.
Yeah, he just looked old. He looked. I mean, you know what I mean. But then again, Crawford is a master, and he moves and all like that. Pacheco and Billy, anybody of those guys in 160, they don't move. They're bangers. So Canelo has a chance to go undisputed again.
Man, Shawano Range is not a fan of the Garcia camp.
He doesn't like Robert.
He doesn't. He's not a fan of the Garcia camp, man. David, this time next year, who has a breakout year where it's like, damn, this guy did some really, really good work, and he's becoming the next star?
I got 2. Number one, I got the winner of Shakur and Teal, whomever the winner is. That's going to be a breakout. They're going to become possibly the face of boxing. And number 2, Divino Espinosa. Divino Espinosa, you know what? He's the real deal, man. I really like Divino Espinosa. And another one that I'm going to throw out, Resendiz. I love the way Resendiz fought against Caleb Plant. And I want to see, and I like the loyalty that he has with, what's his name? Robles, Manny Robles. I hope he stays with him. I like the way that kid fights. He has a lot of heart. So those three.
Okay. All right. And for me, I'm telling you guys right now, Connor the Destroyer Ben is going to make some noise at 147 pounds in 2026.
You think
guys
he can still make 147, Cholo? You think he can still make 147? Well, now that he's not using steroids, maybe.
Maybe he's not using steroids, man. Maybe he's not using steroids, but he's going to make a lot of noise, man. I'm telling everybody. All right. Hey, listen, it's been a fun year, fellas, and coming to this final show, we're just at least I was just thinking like, damn, you know what? This year went pretty damn fast. They didn't even give me a chance to really think about everything that happened this year. But it's always said it goes fast when you're having a good time.
Yeah.
This has never felt like a job to me, and I never wanted to feel like a job to me. I always look forward to coming on here on Fridays and chopping it up with you guys about this sport that we so passionately love. And I remember one time somebody asked me, like, hey, how long are you guys going to do it? I'm like, I've never thought about it, man. I enjoy doing it. So it's been fun and it's gone by really fast. So going to keep on going, man. I got no plans to stop whatsoever. It doesn't feel like a job. I truly 100% enjoy it. I love the crew that I got right here. These are my brothers right here. And it's really fun. And I look forward to 2026. David, any words, brother?
You know what? I got two other shows. I got the Gray Line and I got Ash Wednesday. I'm getting ready to start Sheepdog Assist probably in May. So I'm going to have 3 shows. I enjoy those shows because on those shows, we help people suffering from PTSD, from suicides, and we bring a lot of legends, tell their stories. I enjoy it. But guys, I love this show. You ask my wife. There's times she says, hey, man, we got reservations at this restaurant. Cancel it. I got my show tonight. Guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart, man, for allowing me to be part of our group. You know what I mean? For you guys inviting me to be one of the 3 chingones. I love boxing. I have a passion for boxing, and I love talking to you guys. And once in a while, Mikey and I will get into a little argument, and you're the referee. But you know what? That's what boxing's all about. It's part of our heritage. It's part of who we are, Chicanos, Mexicanos, Americanos, whatever you are, man. It's part of who we are. And my father loved it. I love it. I know, Mikey, your dad loved it. I don't know about your dad, Ed, but my dad loved boxing. And dude, one of these days, my grandchildren are going to love boxing because it's part of us. Mil gracias from the bottom of my heart for letting me be part of los Tres Chingones. I love it, man. I enjoy it.
Absolutely. Mikey, last words for 2025.
Yeah, man, it went by fast. And what's this is our 3rd year together now? 3 years? I lost count.
I think so.
I guess so, maybe. I don't know. I'm not even really sure, but yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, no, this was the destiny. I've never met you guys. We met each other through the internet. I met you through the boxing match, Ed. You picked me. Hey, you want to come on in the show? Like, what? I never did podcasting, nothing. And you threw me in there, and I'm like, if you go back to the beginning ones, I was nervous. Like, dude, I used to sometimes correct me. I'm like, damn, I messed up. But I did my research. It's like a job. And then Dave came in. I'm like, oh, shit, Dave. And we have a crew. You got to prepare. It's like, let's just say sometimes life gets a little boring up, but I got this. Like, oh, man, I got to prepare for the Tres Chingones. Like, I have that. Like, everybody got this. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And guess what I do? I'm also a podcaster. That, like, when I speak to people, yeah, what do you do? Oh, yeah, and I also podcast. I have a crew and this, and I show them, and I feel like a little bit important. So thanks to you guys, man. It's dope.
And you know what, Mikey? I was intimidated by you. I told Ed when he invited me, I go, dude, that guy knows boxing, man. That guy's a genius when it comes to footwork. And dude, remember Ed? I told you. I go, man. You go, oh man, he's just like us. I go, no, he really knows, all the moves and everything. So we all felt the same. And Mikey, you and I have never met in person. We have
So we gotta do that next year.
because I helped them move over here, but
Right.
I've never met Mikey. So maybe this year that'll be one of our goals where we get to meet. Maybe both of you guys could fly over here. I'll pick you guys up at the airport, show you guys a good time over here in Tampa. Let's make that our goal this year. We could all do it here in my office, man. Do the show.
Oh, that'd
Let's
be
make
great.
that
That'd be
our
cool.
goal.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Hey,
We'll make
Mikey,
that our goal.
I think there's some Colombian women out there in Florida, Mikey.
Well, don't say
My
it too loud.
favorite,
My
man.
wife might be listening.
Dave told me once you go to Colombia, remember I used to tell you, Dave, I go here. Once you go to Colombia, you're never gonna stop. I'm not
That's right.
stopping, guys. I
That's
love
right.
it. I might do
So
the
that's
show over there if I
That's
move
gonna
over
be
there.
our goal. You guys gonna come spend the night over here at my humble house, and guys, we're gonna have a wonderful time. I'll take you to St. Petersburg. I'll take you to where Thurman is training. I'll take you all downtown. We'll have a wonderful time. That's
Oh,
gonna be
thanks, Dave.
our goal.
Sounds
Yeah.
like
I
a
appreciate
plan.
that, man.
Sounds like a
Right.
plan, man.
Yeah.
Hey, and with that, you know, we really wouldn't be what we're doing. It wouldn't be as fun what we're doing without everybody that joins us. Everybody in the chats, everybody
Thank you.
watches us, leaves comments. You guys make it that much more fun, and we truly enjoy it. Even though we'd probably still be doing it, you guys even want to make us do it even more. So
Yeah.
gracias to you guys. Happy New Year to everybody. All right. You guys be safe out there. Whatever you guys do, be safe doing it. That is a gran chingon, el mero mero one, Mr. David Contreras,
Happy New Year.
Mike Zavala, Mikey TV 365, Cholo Trucker. Enjoy the fights. Enjoy New Year. Be safe, por favor, so we come back here next year and do it all over again, but bigger and better.
Yes.
Catch you guys on next round.
All right, gentlemen. Be safe.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, gentlemen.